made the mistake of checking to see if Facebook would let me do this in landscape. And then, yeah, there were too many. There was a clouded leopard playing with wrapped boxes and giant cutout snowflakes. And I spent too much time watching this. Yeah. So I got distracted. I did have a good day in the park. There weren't a whole lot of squirrels, but we saw a couple of blue jays. So that was nice. Maybe there's a pair that lives there year round, and then during the summer we get more. I don't know. All right. It is December 23rd. I didn't know what to do with the title, so I just used the title. So we're going to have to see how this goes. Because the title is Where I Am King. You know how I feel about gender neutraling things? So since I hadn't read the article, I didn't know how to change it. And besides, our author is Dana Gatlin, and it is from Where I Am King from 1935, from Unity. So, yeah, there we are. All right. And she is going to start out. Okay, it's in quotes, so I'm not sure if it is a quote from somewhere, because it doesn't have. Yeah. All right. Let's just do this. My mind is absolutely my own. What enters it and lodges in it and colors it is under my jurisdiction. Watch your thoughts. Catch yourself up when you find yourself thinking unwholesome or unworthy ones. Say to yourself many times each day, today I accept the peace, love, and joy of God. I think it came to me as one of the profoundest realizations of my life that my mind is absolutely my own. What enters it and lodges in it and colors it is under my jurisdiction. My thoughts really are under my control, and likewise my moods and emotions. Although I had previously thought that those were in the nature of the powerful waves that would wash up over a person from external conditions that bent them to their will. I'm sorry. Hydration. Your mind is your own. It is your own place. You have the absolute say-so as regards to what shall enter and dwell there. This fact should be a source of renewed strength and joy to you. You are the absolute arbiter of any good. You are the absolute arbiter. Any good gardener is on the lookout for weeds, wants to pull them up, and is perfectly able to pull them up. The gardener gives their loving attention to the plant that will blossom into beauty. So, with you, if you then encounter difficulties that seem too great for human control, you always have recourse to God. You can turn to God, ask for help, and put the tangled garden of your mind in God's care. God will surely help you to get it back in order. Okay, that was a little confusing for me, but I'm with her. I'm with her. I'm absolutely with her from the standpoint of you control what goes into your mind and what stays there. I've heard it say, raise the rent and kick them out. Like, if you've got people living rent-free in your head, raise the rent and kick them out. And frequently that is exactly what it is. Too many of us are walking around with voices from our childhood still in our head, and we're like, raise the rent and kick them out. And when it comes to what we put in there, it's one of the reasons why I quit watching the news. Because the news has this philosophy, if it leads, it bleeds. Or if it bleeds, it leads. They make more money when the news is bad. So I quit watching the news. I kind of have a rough idea of when the weather will be on. And so that's about it that I'll, get on to watch the weather. I don't watch the news. It's too hard. There's too much, I know what's going on in the world. I don't, I'm not uninformed. but I don't watch too much of the news. And it's the reason why I'm careful about the articles that I read. I'm careful about the magazines that I read. I'm careful about the books that I pick up. I'm careful about the movies that I watch. I'm careful about the TV shows that I watch. I'm careful about all of that stuff for the very reason, one, I have an extremely vivid imagination. It's the reason why I don't do horror. Because I will take that into my head and it will stay. And I'm like, I don't need that. So, and she makes the point of, if your mind is a mess, and I like that she used the gardener. If your mind is a tangled garden, then you have a recourse. Now, I will also tell you, you have more than one recourse. Although we do believe going to God first. We are not Christian Science. We believe in doctors. So if your mind is a tangled mess, one, absolutely go to God. Absolutely go to God. Treatment, what have you, go to a practitioner, have a practitioner treat for you. You can absolutely do spiritual counseling. But I want to remind you, you also have the option of, secular counseling, I guess. Go to a therapist, go to a psychologist, go to a psychiatrist. I think the psychiatrist is the one that can write prescriptions, because she made the comment about the emotions, moods and emotions being under her control. She thought they weren't, and she's right. They absolutely can be under our control. That's, like I said, that's why I don't watch the news. It's one of the reasons why I try not to let myself get overtired, because if I get overtired, then I lose control. Okay. So if you need more help, then, this is an organ too. The mind is an organ too. And it's run by hormones. And so if it's not working well, then there are doctors that can help you. One, with therapy, and two, I spent 2 years on a prescription. Absolutely spent 2 years on a prescription. I do not regret the 2 years that I spent on the prescription. I know it saved my life. So the main reason I got off, there were two reasons that I got off the prescription. One, I slept a lot, which up until that point I hadn't slept very good. So that was a good thing. But the main reason I got off is because my insurance refused to pay for it anymore. My insurance wanted to switch me to a different prescription. And I'm like, why would I switch if this one is working? So, and so I got off. But it's not something that push comes to shove. If I have to go back on, I will go back on. I don't have any problems taking prescriptions. I take 3 now. There are 2 of them. I wish I didn't have to. Well, I wish I didn't have to take any of them, but there's definitely one that makes my life so much better. There's a prescription that I take for the Sjogren's that stimulates the saliva in my mouth. Oh, that made such a world of difference in my life. Yeah. It's expensive though. So, but that's neither here nor there. Because we're talking about the mind, so if you need a prescription to help take, Ernest said it, anything that is, if you need the pill, take the pill. It's still of God. If it was created to make your life better, take the pill. So to a large degree, we can do a lot to manage our minds, by managing what we put into them, by what we let stay in them, by the people that we are around, the media that we consume. And treatment and meditation can go absolutely a long way to helping to manage our minds. But I will remind you that if you need more help, do not be afraid to go to the doctor. Do not be afraid to take the prescriptions. If you take them for a short period of time, great. If you need them long term, great. You have this, it's an organ. It's an organ. if you break your leg, you go get a cast. If this isn't working, take care of it in whatever way you can. And prayer will just make that better. Treatment will just make that better. It is your mind, and you get to make the decisions. And yeah, don't ever let anybody make you feel like you are less because you took a prescription to help sort out your moods, to help sort out your emotions, to help you, don't ever let anybody make you feel less than for seeking therapy to manage your moods and your emotions. It doesn't mean that you're less than. It absolutely does not. In fact, I think it takes a great deal of strength to go and take care of that. If you hear strange noises, Gabby and Foster are playing next to me. So it's always fun to watch Gabby play because she's 18. And she has no issues taking on Foster, who's, almost twice her size. So, all right. Yeah, your mind is absolutely your own. Do what you need to take care of it. I think... And I would say, she says, okay, I had previously thought that these were in the nature of powerful waves that washed up over a person from external conditions to bend them to their will. Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes it is external conditions that can go to a long way to creating. And if we have done our inner work, then it's not that they won't affect us. The external conditions won't affect us. But what we can do is we can choose our response instead of reacting. And that is the work that we can do here. And it does require us to watch what we're consuming. We are what we consume. So your mind is your own place. You have the absolute say so as regards to what shall enter and dwell there. This fact should be a source of renewed strength and joy to you. You are the absolute arbiter. And so then she uses the garden metaphor. A gardener absolutely manages the weeds in the garden. So you get to manage the weeds in your garden. And if you are getting overwhelmed, then ask for help. And you have a variety of options, which is what I was just talking about, for asking for help. Okay? It is your mind. It is your mind. It is the corner of the universal mind that you have, staked out as your own, individualized as your own, and you get to choose. All right? So, if you then encounter difficulties that seem too great for human control, you always have recourse to God. You can turn to God, ask for God's help, and put the tangled garden in your mind into God's care. Now, so some of that help. So if you turn to God and you say, I need help, and God suggests therapy, take it. Okay? And how would God suggest therapy? Well, maybe all of a sudden you start hearing commercials for therapists. You start seeing billboards for therapists. Somebody starts talking in your vicinity about a really good therapist. That is how God will suggest a therapist to you. All right? Don't discount it. All right. God will surely help you to get it back in order. Yes. And treatment and meditation are fantastic ways to help manage your mind. And taking the various classes that CLC, Creative Life, offers, and, if we're not offering them, then absolutely check CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living, because those classes help you work through the hidden beliefs that you didn't know that were running you. So when we talk about these great waves and that overcome us, it's like sometimes it's because we don't know what's in our subconscious. And so all of those classes will help you figure out what's in your subconscious, and then you can raise the rent and kick out all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. All right. What is the mission today? See, I didn't know what to do with the title, and I still don't know what to do with the title. So I'm going to leave the title. What is the mission today? Well, you are the absolute arbiter. The mission today, should you choose to accept it, start taking a look at your thoughts. Start taking a look at the things that you're putting into your brain. Start taking a look at what's in your brain and decide if you want to keep it or not. Or maybe if it's time to do a purge up here. We talk about cleaning out our closets. We talk about cleaning, letting stuff go. Well, we need to do it up here too. All right. So that's the mission today. Take a good look at your thoughts. Take a good look at what's in your conscious mind, and then maybe decide to go do some deep cleaning in the subconscious mind. All right. And there are a variety of ways that you can do that, including dreams and therapy. Okay. All right. That is the mission today, should you choose to accept it. The other mission I give you, which is the same mission I give you, which is what we're talking about anyway, self-care. The spiritual practice of self-care. Well, watching what is going on with your mind is definitely self-care. Oh yeah. One of the things that sent me into therapy, the first one, I don't know if I've been in therapy 3 or 4 times, but one of the times that I went into therapy, I heard the way I was talking to myself and I went, this is not okay. And I went to that. And so that's what it is. It's about, Dana is talking about paying attention to what you are saying, especially to yourself, and weeding that stuff out. So the spiritual practice of self-care, or as I like to say, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, and cleaning out your closet in your mind absolutely is loving, kind, and compassionate. And that, I have 3 days off, today, tomorrow, and Monday, because Monday is Christmas. And so I'm going to spend some of it resting and maybe working on my mental closet. I do have a real closet that I want to get to too. So, there's that. All right. So loving, kind, and compassionate. One of the easiest ones that I suggest, which is what I was just talking about, because I heard the way I was talking. Take a deep breath before you speak. I heard the way I was talking to myself one day and went, this is not okay. I got myself a therapist. I think that's the time that I ended up on the Lexapro. And I was like, this is not okay. Let me go work on this. And I did. And I took classes at CLC and I went to a practitioner and I went to my doctor and I got a therapist and I took a medication and I felt better. The most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for the world is to feel better. What does it take to make you feel better? Do that. Take a walk, take a nap, take a break. These are just easy starters. Sometimes it takes going to the doctor and getting a prescription and, doing the work. So, whatever it takes. And I also talk about, eating dessert first, not saving the good stuff. I talk about joy. Joy is a quality of God. No matter what is going on in the world, you still deserve joy. I actually saw a guy that I followed. He used to be a Russian Orthodox priest. He's safe to say he is no longer, because he wouldn't be on social media the way he is. And he's very critical of the church. But he said, how can you celebrate Christmas with all that's going on? He's like, look, you know what? It's not. There are times that are festive and there are times that are not. I'm observing Christmas because it's part of that hope. So, what brings you joy? Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Joy is that seed of hope. So make sure you make room for joy in your life. Whatever is going on, in your life, make room for joy. Mine is walking around on the floor right now. I'm trying to get him to come up here. Because he's one of my joys. But our relationship, because happiness comes from the outside, joy comes from inside. And it is me being able to interact with him that brings me that's how I make room for joy. So it's my little foster. All right. And then I said the eat dessert first. Don't save the good stuff. Okay. Don't wait for a special occasion. Make the occasion special. And I can say that, Because we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So make the occasion special. All right. Before I get all maudlin, let me move on. The rest of the suggestions are basic self-care. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. You saw me with my water glass already. Your brain works better, your body works better, your skin looks better when you're well hydrated. And I do encourage you to get early in your morning bright light. We had a full layer of clouds today, so I did not get sunlight. So I will be leaning into the artificial light, which, and if you need more than you're getting, Google seasonal affect disorder or light or sun lamps. They use them like in the parts of the world where you get like 15 minutes of sun for, a day, to help to keep your hormones. Cause I did talk about those. They're real. To keep your hormones in check. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. So, and it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. That is it. All right. If you need more, take more, but 5 to 10 minutes. So, all right. I'm at the Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. What does that mean? 2 things. It's all God. And heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Jesus has said, there are quotes, many quotes. The kingdom of God is within you. Okay? What does that mean? State of mind, state of consciousness. Once you recognize that, once you learn to create that for yourself, nobody can take it away from you. All right? And any place can become heaven. And that's important to know, especially with what Dana was talking about today about controlling our minds. When you learn to create that heavenly mindset, you absolutely, the gates of heaven will keep out the stuff that is unlike heaven. It doesn't mean we won't see the bad stuff, and it doesn't mean we won't see the hard stuff. But what it does mean is that when we see it, we will know what we can do to alleviate it. Yeah, I'm a big believer in asking the question, what's mine to do? Okay. What is mine to do? Sometimes we see situations and there's nothing we can do about it. And sometimes there are situations where what is ours to do is to ask that one question, to start that discussion. And we go from there. All right. What was I about to say? I don't know. I was going to quote Emma to look for the good and praise it. I like to look for the little good because the little good is what adds up to the big good. Which another way of saying that is count your blessings. Count the blessings. Not just yours. I start counting other people's blessings. Oh, yeah. Because, I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win. I don't believe in participation trophies, but I want everybody to win. You try your best and I will do everything in my power to help you. All right. So there's that. I'm going to launch into social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I'm definitely being distracted by the cat. He keeps walking in and walking back out. And he's so pretty. So pretty. Come here. I commend to you the YouTube channels especially. We try and post up light, bright, funny, entertaining, helpful, joyful stuff to make your life better. All right? So keep that in mind. Apparently I need 41 steps, so I need to get off this. I've sat still for too long. So I'm at email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. If you want to know what's going on with the center, such as we have a Christmas Eve service coming on Sunday at 7 p.m. It's our traditional candlelight. There'll be plenty of music, and we'll have short messages for you. We won't talk your ear off. But come and enjoy the music. Because then what Tom and I do is then we drive through the neighborhoods and look at the lights on our way home from the Christmas Eve service. So, take care of yourself. Nope, that's not where I'm at. I said email info@creativelife.org. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a gardening day for your mind day, a dig up those thoughts day, a watch your thoughts today, a pull out the weeds day, a go to God first day, a recognize your own power day, a catter day, because I'm going to have a catter day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented always. Okay? You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? In the pruning of your thoughts, checking out your thoughts, that's one of the reasons why I like to say explore the truth of your being. I like to say peel back the labels, the layers, dump all the boxes that you've been stuffed into, peel back everything that you have been told about yourself by society, by culture, by religion, by people that know you, by people that don't, by marketing execs, by gender normatives. Just peel all that away and get to know who God knows you to be. Because I can promise that the person God knows you to be is good and probably pretty cool. All right, beloveds, I need to stop talking and go eat breakfast. So I'm going to remind you that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.